Watching fight scenes in movies is actually a great way to teach yourself important self-defense techniques. Similarly to how watching movies in a foreign language can help you learn that language, watching action movies with a close eye can teach valuable ways to use movement and leverage to your advantage. The Bourne Identity is a movie about Jason Bourne, who was found at sea with 2 bullet holes in his back, no memory of anything about himself or his past, and the unsettling ability to fight like an assassin. Throughout the movie, Bourne is being hunted down by unknown men while he tries to figure out who he is. This context reflects how he fights, which is first seen when he enters the American embassy while attempting to flee from Zurich police. This first fight scene is classic and blew viewers away when it was first shown in theaters in 2002. Okay, that happens fast, so let me slow it down and break down what's actually going on. In this moment, Bourne isn't trying to win a fight, he's trying to escape. He doesn't want to hurt these people or kill anyone, he's just trying to create an opening to get away as quickly as possible. So his first move is a wrist lock and a strike to the neck. Strikes like this are often used to immediately incapacitate someone without escalating the situation further, which is exactly what this does. The wrist lock itself is a good example of leverage over strength. He's not overpowering this guy, he's twisting the joint in a way it's not designed to move, using angles and body positioning rather than raw force. This first part of the scene brings up one of the 3 main techniques Bourne uses in his fighting style, which is reaction over initiation. He doesn't react until this guy tries to grab him. A core part of his style is self-defense, because like I said before, he's not looking to hurt people, he's just trying to survive. He then delivers 2 blows and turns to block the officer from swinging his baton. This kick right here is kind of unnecessary. The throat chop was enough for this guy to be taken out of the equation for Bourne. When Bourne blocks the baton, he does so by closing the distance and blocking the officer's arm. When being attacked with a weapon, there's 3 main ways to react: dodge, block, or parry. Bourne consistently closes the distance and blocks incoming attacks. Here, he steps in, stops the arm, and takes away the weapon's effectiveness. He pushes him into the biggest threat, the guy with the gun. Bourne grabs the wrist holding the gun and pulls away from this guy's body, which closes the distance between them. Yanking him like this compromises the strength in his arm and his stability, which allows Bourne to do this. This move disarmed the gun, neutralized the threat, and it looked badass. This looked powerful, but really it all boils down to timing and momentum. He's already off balance and moving forward. Bourne just utilizes that energy. These 2 final moves in this 8-second brawl bring me to the second main technique Bourne uses in every encounter, which is leveraging weak points. He's always trying to get close to put his opponents in a weak position or drive blows into weak areas. It's common to do so, but still very effective. These 2 principles, and the final one, he uses really well in the best fight in this movie, the pen fight. Bourne's looking around in his apartment when he feels something off, and then immediately Bourne reacts, sweeping the leg and getting control of the arm. They roll around on the ground for a second in a struggle, and then he's able to disarm the gun, and then he gets into a rear naked chokehold. He drives a blow upward and then drives his elbow into his torso around the liver area. Liver shots shut the body down temporarily, and are a great use of weak points in the body. Bourne doesn't seem to get the liver here, but it's worth mentioning. They exchange a few blows. Bourne continues to block and parry multiple times, and then kicks his leg down. Blows to the outer thigh are very painful and cause a dead leg. Bourne's attacker used this on him a little later, and it's a great use of leverage over weak points. Then the push dagger gets pulled out, and this is where Bourne stays completely on the defensive, because he's looking for an opening to attempt to disarm him. Here, he's backing away, then dodges, blocks, and strikes. Dodges, blocks, and strikes. Next, he grabs the wrist at an attempted strike and rotates while putting distance between the weapon and his attacker, just like he did in the first fight scene. Notice the parallel here. He's creating the space, using an arm lock, and attempting to disarm. A perfect use of leverage over weak points. Bourne gets tossed to the ground, and once he gets up, we see the third and infamous technique Bourne used in many of his fights: improvised weapons. Bourne uses improvised weapons in the entire trilogy, and it's a core part of his style as a fighter. Now this part of the scene is where he's able to bring it all together. He uses a lot of open palm slapping in his attackers' arms as they are swinging, which is a common technique used in Kali. In fact, a large majority of Bourne's style is Kali, especially the use of improvised weapons. He waits for his attacker, blocks, then stabs with the pen. He punches him back and gets into a fighting stance. See this? He's waiting. Reaction over initiation. He catches the leg, stab, pierce, jab, and... He waits again to be ran at, snaps his knee, breaks his arm, and ends the fight. Another great reason to wait until his opponent attacks is because it tires his opponent out over time, making him so exhausted the fight ends this easily. Like I said before, this fight has all the core elements Bourne uses in his fighting style, but I'd like to discuss one more scene that showcases a principle I can't completely leave out. I'll make it an honorable mention. This scene is from the third movie in the franchise, The Bourne Ultimatum. This time, I'm going to let you pay attention to this scene before I break it down. Think about the speed and use of his attacker's momentum in this short clip. Almost everything in this scene flows perfectly. It's almost like dancing. He starts immediately by grabbing the gun and slamming the guy into the wall, pulls this guy away because he's protecting him, and immediately moves to the next attacker, knocks him back, then uses the momentum of this guy to slam into this guy. He uses a wrist lock right here to get this guy on the ground, leveraging weak points. He gets stuck in the corner for a second and throws a few punches. Then once Bourne hears the fourth person coming, he yanks this guy into him. He traps the arm, holding the gun, and knocks the gun out of the hand. A few punches, then launches this guy over his shoulder onto the stairs. Do you see why I'm calling it dancing? This fight scene is almost pure art. This scene adds the honorable mention of Bourne's use of momentum in his fights. It's especially shown in this one, but he uses his opponent's own inertia and strength against them in every fight he's in, which is why he seems to win every fight no matter how big his opponent is. If you want to learn to fight like Jason Bourne, there's ways to start and a specific path to follow. Focus on reaction over initiation. This should go with anything in life. Training for self-defense and not just picking fights with people. Learn to have social awareness everywhere you go, ready if something were to happen. You're also going to want to study the philosophy of weak points in the body. Bending joints the wrong way, liver shots or dead legs, pressure points, etc. These are how you can end fights quickly or escape them as quickly as possible. Lastly, learn how you can use everyday objects as weapons if you need them. Bourne used the pen, a magazine, even a towel. Any object can be used as a weapon. With these three principles, you can start on the right track for total confidence and awareness. Okay, you may be wondering what martial arts can you study that most closely resemble Bourne's style? Well, there are two. The main one is Kali. Kali is a Filipino martial art that focuses on weapon awareness, disarmament, hand-to-hand skills, and empty hand scenarios, among other things. To perform with effortless fluidity and use of others' momentum, you can also study Bruce Lee's philosophy of Jeet Kune Do. With these tools, you can go on to become a lethal human weapon specialized in self-defense, and have a total social awareness and confidence anywhere you go. The Bourne movies changed action movies forever, and in my opinion, for the better. The fighting scenes are chopped amazingly, choreographed realistically, and all in all entertaining to watch, while also being able to learn from them. If you apply the analyzation techniques I used in this video, you can also break down scenes from other movies, take notes, and learn from them too. Thanks for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it because this is a sort of passion of mine. If you'd like to see more, I'm planning on making another video on a different action movie soon. Let me know if you'd like to see something specific next.